Hey, second grade. So, by now, I hope that you've noticed that I have been leaving comments, video comments, on some of your Flipgrid videos. On, I would say, a good majority of the videos, I left the reply, student to student replies open. A lot of times I shut that feature off, but I feel like in our current situation, it would be nice to have the opportunity to listen to your friend's Flipgrid video and then respond with a quality comment. I've included a video about what a quality comment is. It's a video for blog quality comments, but I think that it still makes sense even with video Flipgrid comments. I want to make sure that even though you're very excited to talk to each other and you're very excited to see each other and to have this interaction, I want to make sure that we keep our comments, based on the wild robot and try to have an academic, a school conversation about the book within the comments. Remember, I also approve each video. So I have to watch all of the videos. So if you guys are making nonsense videos that I have to watch and then delete, it's just a lot more videos for me to watch and delete. So if you could keep your comment videos to be appropriate and quality, that way I can watch them and enjoy them and approve them, and then everyone will be able to watch them and enjoy them. That would help me out a lot. Okay. We are reading The Wild Robot. We just got done. Roz kind of found herself in the middle of the truce hour, where all the animals have a truce and they don't hunt each other. She found herself kind of in the middle of that, having a conversation with the fox and the owl. So it seems that Roz now understands the animals. And so now we will have a really interesting situation where a robot is having conversations and building relationships with animals. Chapter 22, The New World. Oh, the new word. Sorry, one letter makes a huge difference. The new word. A new word was spreading across the island. The word was Roz. Everyone was talking about the robot, and they wanted nothing to do with her. I don't think I'll ever feel comfortable knowing that Roz is on the prowl. I hope Roz camouflages herself as a rock forever. Shh. There's Roz now. Let's get out of here. Roz wandered the island, covered in dirt and green things growing, and everywhere she went, she heard unfriendly words. The words would have made most creatures quite sad, but as you know, robots don't feel emotions, and in these moments, that was probably for the best. Chapter 23, The Wounded Fox. My face, my beautiful face, somebody help! Fink the fox was lying on a log, howling in pain, with a face full of sharp quills, when Roz appeared. Isn't there anybody else who can help? Would you like me to leave? Said the robot. No, please don't go. I'll take what I can get. What happened? I didn't think that porcupine could see me in the bushes, but when I went for his throat, suddenly there were quills in my face. Why did you go for his throat? Why do you think? Because I'm hungry. If you had not attacked the porcupine, you would not have quills in your face. Yes, Roz, I know that, but a fox has got to eat. I just didn't expect him to put up such a fight. Look, there are even quills in my paws. I can't walk. My face is numb. I could die if you don't help me. What would you like me to do? Said the robot. I'd like you to pull out the quills. Roz calmly knelt beside Fink and said, I will pull out the quills. The robot started to tug at a quill, but it snapped off in her fingers. Fink yelped and said, Pinch it closer to my skin. So Roz pinched the broken quill closer to the skin, and then, very slowly, she pulled it out. The fox winced in pain, and she thought, and through his teeth, Please, Roz, pull them out faster. This is agony. Roz quickly tugged at another quill, and then another and another, and the fox lay perfectly still, eyes closed tightly, wind whistling through his nose, until each and every quill had been removed from the place in a neat pile beside him. Fink struggled to his feet. Thanks, Roz. I owe you one. The fox smiled briefly and then limped away. Chapter 24. The Accident. As Roz wandered through springtime, she saw all the different ways that the animals entered the world. She saw birds guarding their eggs like treasures until the chicks finally hatched. She saw deer give birth to fawns who were up and running in a matter of minutes. Many newborns were greeted by loving families, and some were on their own from their very first breath. And as you're probably about to find out, a few poor goslings would never even get a chance to hatch. Roz was climbing down one of the forest cliffs when an accident happened. The wind started blowing out of the north. Suddenly, clouds were rushing over the island, and with the clouds came a spring shower. A downpour actually. And there was our robot, clamping her hands onto a wet block of stone on the side of a cliff. But the block couldn't handle the extra weight. And as the heavy robot hung there, cracks suddenly shot through the stone and it started breaking apart. Down went the robot, plummeting into the treetops below. She crashed through branch after branch before finally hooking an arm around one. And when she dangled there, gently swinging as the rocks roared past her on their way to the forest floor. When the dust finally settled, Roz shimmied down the tree trunk. The ground was littered with broken rocks and splintered wood and pulverized shrubs. And within all the rubble was a goose nest that had been torn to shreds. 4 smashed eggs laid there. The robot stared at them with her softly glowing eyes, and something clicked deep inside her robot brain. Roz realized that she had caused the death of an entire family of geese. Chapter 25. The Egg. As Roz stood in the rain staring down at the poor, lifeless geese, her sensitive ears detected a faint peeping sound coming from somewhere nearby. She followed the peeps over to a clump of wet leaves on the ground. And when she peeled back the leaves, she discovered a single perfect goose egg sunk in the mud. "Mama, Mama!" peeped the tiny, muffled voice from within the egg. The robot gently cradled the fragile thing in her hand. Without a family, the unhatched gosling inside would surely die. Roz knew that some animals had to die for others to live. That was how the wilderness worked. But would she allow her accident to cause the death of yet another gosling? After a moment, the robot started to walk. Carefully holding the egg, she moved through the woods away from the sad scene. But she didn't get far before Fink burst out of the bushes. "What happened?" the fox panted. "The whole forest was shaking." "There was an accident," said the robot. "I was climbing those cliffs when the rocks started to fall." "You should be more careful," said Fink as he checked out the robot's new scrapes and dents. I'll need your help if I ever have porcupine trouble again." "I will be more careful." "What do you have there?" said Fink, looking up at Roz's hands. "A goose egg." "Oh, I love eggs. Can I eat it?" "No! Please, no!" "Why do you want it?" the fox scowled. "I thought you didn't eat food." "You may not have this egg, Fink," the fox sighed. He scratched his chin, and then he started sniffing the breeze. His nose had found the scent of the dead geese. "You can keep your egg," he said, as he trotted towards the cliffs. "I smell something better." The robot walked on through the misty forest for a long time until she was standing beneath a sprawling oak tree. Roz placed the egg on a pad of moss. Then she snatched grass and twigs from the ground and delicately wove them together to make a little nest. She placed the egg inside the nest, placed the nest on her flat shoulder, and climbed up into the branches. All right. So that was a pretty sad part of the book with Roz causing that terrible accident. But I think something good is going to come out of it with finding the egg and taking care of it. But how is a robot going to be able to take care of a baby goose? I guess we're going to find out. All right, second grade, I'm not adding a new journal this week. Instead, I posted some videos on how to comment on one another. So maybe take a break from journaling and listen to some of your friends' answers and quality comment back to them. All right, guys, I'm really enjoying seeing your faces on Flipgrid, and I can't wait to see some of the conversations that come out of this book. Bye.